Dear students, today we will start in unit second, the chapter number third, infinite series. Making introduction, we are familiar with the arithmetic and geometric series. In an arithmetic series, each term after the first term is obtained by adding a constant fixed number to the preceding term. In geometric series, each term after the first term is obtained by multiplying a constant fixed number to the preceding term. Thus, a series can also be formed by applying some other rule to its terms. For example, the series 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus 4 cube plus so on plus 10 cube is formed by the cubes of the first 10 natural numbers. In some series, there is no last term. That is, the terms of the series continue indefinitely. Such a series is called infinite series. Making definition of infinite series, if an is a sequence of real numbers, then the expression of the form, that is a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus so on plus an plus so on, that is the sum of the terms of the sequence which are infinite in numbers, is called an infinite series and is written as summation n is from 1 to infinity, or summation an. The numbers a1, a2, a3 are called the first, second, nth term of the series summation n is from 1 to infinity. Now making illustration, that is summation 1 by n is from 1 to infinity, that is 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus so on. Number 2, summation 1 by n square n is from 1 to infinity is equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square plus so on. Number 3, summation minus 1 raised to power n minus 1 divided by n is from 1 to infinity is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus so on. Now, convergence and divergence of an infinite series. Consider the infinite series summation n is from 1 to infinity is equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus so on plus an plus so on. We define sequence as follows: s1 is equal to a1, s2 is equal to sum of first two terms, s3 is sum of three terms, sn is sum of first n terms. Here Sn is the sum of first n terms of the series summation n is from 1 to infinity and is called nth partial sum of the series. The sequence Sn is called the sequence of partial sum of the series Sn of summation n is from 1 to infinity. An infinite series summation an is said to be convergent if the sequence Sn of partial sums of summation an is convergent. If s is the real number such that limiting value of Sn n is from n is tending to infinity is equal to s, then summation of an is equal to s. An infinite series summation an is said to be divergent if the sequence Sn of partial sum of summation an is divergent. If this holds, if limiting value of Sn n is from n is tending to infinity is equal to plus minus infinity, then summation n is from 1 to infinity is equal to plus minus infinity. An infinite series summation an is said to oscillate finitely or infinitely if the sequence Sn of partial sums of summation an oscillate finitely or infinitely respectively. Taking some solved examples, show that the series 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 cube plus so on converges. Now solution is, here Sn sum of first n terms, that is term showing in GP series, and sum is calculated by this formula. Sn is equal to first term into 1 minus common ratio raised to power n divided by 1 minus common ratio. Here common ratio is 1 by 3 and terms is n, so therefore value becomes 1 by 2 1 minus 1 by 3 raised to power n. Now apply the limit on Sn when n tends to infinity. The value will be equal to 1 by 2, which is a finite quantity. Therefore this implies Sn converges to 1 by 2. Hence the given series is convergent and its sum is 1 by 2. Now next example, show that the series 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus so on plus n square plus so on diverges to infinity. Given series is this one. Let Sn sum of its first n terms, which is the sum of square of first n natural numbers. This sum is equal to by the formula n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Therefore if we apply the limit on Sn when the limit n tends to infinity, this giving as infinity. Therefore the sequence Sn divergent to plus infinity, hence the given series diverges to plus infinity. Example third, show that the series summation minus 1 की power n minus 1 n is from 1 to infinity oscillates. Solution, let Sn denotes the partial sum of first n terms. Sn sum of first n terms is 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 so on to n terms. When n is even, value will be 0, and when n is odd, value will be 1. Thus the given sequence Sn is oscillating finitely, hence the given series oscillates finitely. Show that the series summation minus 1 raised to power n into n is from 1 to infinity oscillates infinitely. The given series is this one. Let Sn denotes the partial sum of the given series, that is Sn sum of first n terms. What it shows, S1 is minus 1, S2 is 1, S3 is minus 2, and S4 is 2, S5 is minus 3, S6 is 3, etc. That is the sequence of partial sums. This is not bounded. Thus the sequence of partial sum is not convergent, and so series is not convergent. Limiting value supremum of Sn is infinity, infimum for minus infinity. Therefore Sn sequence of partial sums oscillates infinitely. Therefore the given series is oscillates infinitely. Example fifth, show that the series summation 1 by n, n plus 1, n plus 2, n is from 1 to infinity converges to 1 by 4. Here an is given by 1 by n, n plus 1, n plus 2, making partial fraction which will be equal to 1 by 2n minus 1 by n plus 1 plus 1 by 2 n plus 2, or written this one. Therefore an can be made as partial fraction as this one. Putting n is equal to 1 to 3 n, we get a1 is this one, a2 is this, likewise a3, an. If we add vertically, we get in left hand side a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus so on an, and remaining terms are 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by n plus 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 minus 1 by n plus 2. If Sn denotes the partial sum of first n terms of the series, then Sn is equal to this one. If we take limit here, taking limit as n tends to infinity, this giving as 1 by 4. The sequence Sn sum sequence of partial sums converges to 1 by 4. Therefore, the series converges to 1 by 4. Now, the next theorem, the convergence, divergence or oscillation behavior of a series remains unchanged by the addition, omission or alteration of first finite number of terms of the series. For the proof, let we have summation a n is from 1 to infinity is equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus so on an be a given series such that Sn denotes the partial sum of first n terms. Therefore, Sn can be written as a1 plus a2 plus so on an. Consider a new series summation b n is from 1 to infinity obtained after deleting first m terms of summation a n is from 1 to infinity. Therefore, summation bn n is from 1 to infinity is equal to b1 plus b2 plus b3 plus so on bn plus so on. Here b1 is equal to am plus 1, b2 is am plus 2 and bn is am plus n. Let Sn dash denotes the partial sum of first n terms of summation bn n is 1 to infinity. Therefore, Sn dash is equal to b1 plus b2 plus bn is also equal to am plus 1 plus am plus 2 plus so on plus am plus n, or we can add first m terms and subtract first m terms. What we have sum of m plus n terms minus sum of m terms. Here Sm is the sum of first m terms of summation a n is from 1 to infinity and is a constant quantity. Case first, when summation an is convergent. In this case, Sn and Smn m plus n both are convergent sequences, or Sn and Sn dash both converge to finite limits, and hence summation an summation bn both are convergent series. Now case second, summation an is divergent. In this case, limit of Sn when n tends to infinity will be equal to plus minus infinity, and limiting value as m plus n is tending to infinity is also plus minus infinity. That is, limiting value of Sn n tends to infinity is plus minus infinity, and limiting value of Sn dash when n tends to infinity is also plus minus infinity, as since this is constant, limiting value of Sm when n tends to infinity is a constant quantity. Hence, summation an and summation bn both are divergent series. Now the case third, when summation an is oscillating. In this case, Sn and Smn are oscillating sequences, and so sequence Sn dash is also oscillating. Hence, the two series are oscillating. Now, theorem next. If summation an and summation bn converge to a and b respectively, and k is any number, then the series summation kan n is from 1 to infinity. Second is summation an plus bn n is from 1 to infinity. Third one is summation an minus bn n is from 1 to infinity. Converges to ka, a plus b and a minus b respectively. Now making proof. For the first one, let Sn denote the partial sum of first n terms of the series summation an, and Sn dash denotes the partial sum of first n terms of the series kan. N is from 1 to infinity. Therefore, Sn is equal to a1 plus a2 plus an, and Sn dash is equal to ka1 plus ka2 plus so on kan, and taking k as outside, therefore this is becomes k times Sn. Summation an converges to a. Therefore, limiting value of Sn is equal to a. and limiting value of Sn dash is equal to limiting value of k Sn. K is constant quantity we are take outside the limit, therefore this is Ka. Thus summation Kan is convergent to Ka. Now let Sn dash, Sn double dash denote the partial sum of n terms of the series summation An, summation Bn and summation An plus Bn respectively. Therefore, limiting value of Sn when n tends to infinity is equal to A. Limiting value Sn dash n tends to infinity is equal to B. Now Sn double dash, which is equal to A1 plus B1 plus A2 plus B2 plus so on plus An plus Bn, or we can write as sum of Sn plus Sn dash. If we apply now limit on both sides, therefore limiting on both sides Sn double dash n tends to infinity is becomes equal to limiting value of Sn plus limiting value of Sn dash, that is A plus B. The series An plus Bn is convergent to A plus B. Proceeding similarly as in part second, we can prove that summation An minus Bn is convergent to A minus B. Now next result, if An converges to A and Bn diverges to infinity or minus infinity, then summation An plus Bn diverges to plus infinity or minus infinity. For the proof, let Sn dash, Sn double dash denote the nth partial sum of the series summation An, summation Bn and summation An plus Bn respectively. Then Sn double dash is equal to Sn plus Sn dash. Therefore, taking limit on both sides, we have value as infinity. Hence, the series summation An plus Bn diverges. Now making remark, if summation An diverges to plus infinity and Bn diverges to minus infinity, then summation An plus Bn may or may not diverge. For example, if we take An equal to n square, Bn equal to minus n square, then An diverges to infinity, Bn diverges to minus infinity, but summation converges to 0 as An plus Bn equal to 0 for all n. Second, if we take An is equal to 3n, Bn is equal to minus 2n, then summation An diverges to infinity, Bn diverges to minus infinity, their summation is equal to summation diverges to plus infinity. If we take third one, An as n, Bn as minus 3n, then summation An diverges to infinity, Bn diverges to minus infinity, but their summation is diverges to minus infinity. Dear students, try exercise 3.1. Now next result, Cauchy's general principle of convergence. A necessary and sufficient condition for a series summation An n is from 1 to infinity to converge is that to each epsilon greater than 0 there exists a positive integer m such that am plus 1 plus am plus 2 so on plus an mod value is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. This is Cauchy's general principle of convergence of series. Now for the proof, let Sn denote the partial sum of first n terms of the series summation An. Therefore Sn is sum of first n terms. The series An converges if and only if the sequence Sn converges, that is if and only if by Cauchy's general principle of convergence of sequence for given epsilon greater than 0 there exists a positive integer m such that Sn minus Sm mod value is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. This implies and correspondence am plus 1 plus am plus 2 plus so on plus an mod value is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. Hence the result. Now next theorem, if the series An converges, then limiting value of An n tends to infinity equal to 0. Is the converse true? If not, show by an example. For the proof, let Sn denote the partial sum of first n terms of the series An. Therefore Sn can be written as sum of first n terms. Sn minus 1 is written as sum of n minus 1 terms, and therefore their difference is equal to An, marking this as 1. Let summation a and b convergent to s. Therefore, limiting value of Sn is s and limiting value of Sn minus 1 is also equal to s. From first, an is equal to Sn minus 1. When we apply the limit on both sides, we have value is equal to 0. Thus, summation an converges, then limiting value of nth term will be equal to 0. But the converse is not true. For example, consider the series summation an equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus so on 1 by n. Here nth term is this, limiting value is 0. Suppose that summation an is also convergent. Therefore, by Cauchy general principle of convergence, for given epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer m such that Sn minus Sm mod value will be less than epsilon for all n greater than m. Therefore, am plus 1 plus am plus 2 plus so on an mod value becomes less than epsilon for all n greater than m. Taking n is equal to 2m, we get am plus 1 plus am plus 2 so on plus a2m is less than epsilon, or 1 by m plus 1 plus 1 by m plus 2 plus so on plus 1 by 2m is becomes less than epsilon, marking this as number 1. Now if we consider this and if we increase the denominator, this term total value becomes less than, and this value is equal to 1 by 2. Now if we take epsilon is equal to 1 by 2, we get 1 by m plus 1 plus 1 by m plus 2 plus so on 1 by 2m is greater than by epsilon, marking this as 2. From first and 2 we get a contradiction, hence summation an is not convergent even if the limiting value of nth term is 0. Now making remark, the above theorem is not useful for those series for which an is equal to 0, but is very useful for those series where an does not tend to 0. Thus, if limiting value of an when n tends to infinity is not equal to 0, then the series summation an is not convergent. Now, take an example. Show that the series summation n is from 1 to infinity n by 2n plus 1 is not convergent. The given series is nth term is 1 by 2 plus 1 by n. If we apply limit, this is equal to 1 by 2, which is not equal to 0. It means summation an is not convergent. Now next one, the geometrical series a plus ar square plus so on to infinity first converges if mod of r is less than 1, diverges if r is greater than equal to 1. Number third, oscillates finitely if r is equal to minus 1, and number 4, oscillates infinitely if r is less than minus 1. For the proof, Sn is equal to a plus ar square plus so on ar raised to power n minus 1, and its sum is writing as a into 1 minus r ki power n by 1 minus r, provided r is not equal to 1. Now case first, if mod value of r is less than 1, then r raised to power n tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. Therefore, limiting value of Sn n tends to infinity is equal to a by 1 minus r, which is unique and finite. Thus, the given series converges to a by 1 minus r. Now, case second, if r is greater than 1, then r raised to power n tends to infinity as n tends to infinity. Therefore, limiting value of Sn when n tends to infinity is equal to infinity. Thus, the given series is divergent. Now, if r is equal to 1, then Sn is equal to Na. Therefore, limiting value will be infinity. Thus, the given series is divergent in case when r is 1. Case third, if r is equal to minus 1, then sum of first n terms becomes a minus a plus a minus a, so on n terms. This will give a when n is odd, giving 0 if n is even. Therefore sequence Sn oscillates finitely between 0 and a, and hence the series oscillates finitely. Now case fourth, if r is less than minus 1, then minus r is greater than 1. This implies x is greater than 1 where taking x is equal to minus r. This implies xn tends to infinity as n tends to infinity. Now sum of n terms is writing as a into 1 minus x raised to power n by 1 plus x, and this giving value as when n is even, this giving as a into 1 minus x की power n upon 1 plus x, and when n is odd giving value as a into 1 plus x की power n upon 1 plus x. Therefore limiting value when n tends to infinity is minus infinity when n is even, infinity when n is odd. Thus the sequence Sn oscillates infinitely, hence the given series oscillates infinitely. Series of positive terms. A series summation an, n is from 1 to infinity, for which an is greater than 0 for all n, is called a series of positive terms. Alternatively, if all the terms of the series are positive, then the series is called series of positive terms. Now next result, a positive term series either converges or diverges to infinity. For the proof, let an be a series of positive terms such that Sn denotes the partial sum of its first n terms. Therefore Sn is equal to a1 plus a2 plus so on an. Sn minus 1 is sum of first n minus 1 terms. Therefore their difference is Sn minus 1 equal to an, which is greater than 0 for all n belongs to n. This implies Sn is greater than Sn minus 1 for all n. This implies Sn is a monotonically increasing sequence, but a monotonically increasing sequence either converges or diverges to infinity, and this implies sequence Sn either converges or diverges to infinity. Hence the infinite series summation an either converges or diverges to plus infinity. Now making notes. If summation an is a positive term series, then it has only two possible behavior, with convergence or divergence. But if it is a general term series, then it has 5 possible behaviors. Second, if summation an is a positive term series, but limiting value of an n tends to 0 is not equal to 0, then the series summation an is divergent. If summation an is negative term series, then it either converges to a finite number or diverges to minus infinity. Now general test for convergence of positive term series. A necessary and sufficient condition for the convergence of a positive term series summation an is that the sequence Sn of partial sum of the series defined by Sn is equal to a1 plus a2 plus so on an is bounded above. Now making the proof. Here Sn is sum of first n terms, Sn minus 1 is sum of first n minus 1 terms. Therefore Sn minus 1 equal to an, which is greater than 0 for all n. This implies Sn is greater than Sn minus 1 for all n. This implies that sequence Sn is monotonically increasing. Now condition is necessary, sequence Sn is bounded above, since every monotonically increasing sequence which is bounded above is convergent. Therefore Sn is convergent, hence series is convergent. Now condition is sufficient. Let the series summation an be convergent series. Therefore sequence Sn is convergent, but every convergent sequence is bounded. Therefore Sn is bounded and in particular bounded above, hence the result. Now making remark, To show that a series of positive terms is convergent, it is enough to show that the sequence of its partial sum is bounded above. If the sequence of partial sum is unbounded above, then the series of positive terms is divergent. But a series summation n is from 1 to infinity, where all the terms are not positive, may not be convergent even if the sequence of its partial sum is bounded above. For example, consider the series summation minus 1 raised to power n is from 1 to infinity. Here, sum of first n terms will be either minus 1 or 0. The sequence Sn is bounded but not convergent, and therefore the series An is not convergent. Hence, for the series summation An, boundedness of the sequence of partial sums is only a necessary condition, but not sufficient one. However, it is sufficient condition for a positive term series. Thank you, students.